Hey guys, I know that title is kind of shocking, but I am going to be getting rid of some of my records in today's video. So I've been thinking about this for a long time and it's a necessary part of the vinyl collecting journey. I am going to be purging my collection in this video. I've had my collection for almost 3 years now. I think I have about 70 records now. I just got a bunch in the mail. I have some on pre-order still, and in my last couple of vinyl videos I've shown you guys like my collection is full. I have no more space left. I have no idea where I'm going to put these new records that I'm getting. I literally have them stacked up against the wall because I have no space for them in my shelf. I'm basically at the place where I need to go through my collection and purge it, sell some records. Since it's almost been 3 years, I think now is a good time to kind of judge what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. The plan is to have quality over quantity. I want all of my records to mean something and have a real purpose in my collection. I really want to love the music and have good memories and stories surrounding each album. So I'm going to go through my entire collection, every single record. So I'm including my 7-inch vinyl in this as well. I thought it would be really interesting to document this process. I am kind of sad to go through and get rid of some of my records, but deep down I know I just can't listen to everything. I honestly don't listen to everything. So like I said, I'm going to go through everything in my collection, pick some stuff out that I want to get rid of, and I'll come back and I'll explain what I have. So I'm back. I went through all of my records and that took way longer than I expected, but it was necessary to go through everything. There were so many records in there I kind of forgot about. I have a huge stack that I'm thinking about getting rid of or selling or donating or whatever. This is so heavy. Look at this stack, you guys. This stack is so big. All right, I'm just gonna start pulling from the stack and showing you guys what is probably going to be leaving my collection. This is not a good one to start with, but it is Interstellar. This is the normal Interstellar soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. And then I also have here the expanded edition. It honestly breaks my heart, but I was just thinking I don't really need 2 of these. I really only listen to 1 copy and there's pros and cons to each one. And I'm the type of collector that only likes to have 1 copy of each album. This expanded edition is nice because it's the full soundtrack. It has all of the songs on it. One side it has like an etching art kind of thing, so you don't play it, but it's like really nice to look at. This pressing doesn't sound as good as this one. This one doesn't have all of the songs on it. It has most of my favorites except for one, but this one sounds so much better. So I'm probably going to get rid of one of these. I haven't decided which one yet, and these take up a lot of space. This is a double LP. The spine here is pretty big. It's probably like a centimeter big, and I could fit like 3 single LPs in the space that this is using to take up one. Again, it's just taking up a lot of space and I have to decide which copy I want to keep. Next one is unfortunately Dunkirk. This copy, it doesn't sound the best. There is kind of some surface noise. For me, it's not that big of a deal, but I wish it just sounded better. I also don't play this record very often. It's not one of my favorites from Hans Zimmer. I mean, it's a great soundtrack, but I just like the other ones better, you know? I think I've only played this once because I'd rather listen to like Interstellar or Inception or Dune. This one just doesn't have that many memorable songs, honestly. I do really like the movie, but it's not my favorite from Christopher Nolan. I just don't play this enough, which is crazy because there was a point in time where I really wanted this and I really wanted to have it, and then I got it, but then I've kind of like gotten over it, I guess. I kind of just kind of drifted away a little bit from this album. This is the Avengers Infinity War soundtrack. I honestly don't really like picture discs that much anymore. I only have maybe like 5 of them, but they honestly don't sound as good as my other records. And they're nice to look at, but I just, like, they're in my shelf, so I don't really look at the artwork anyways. And they don't come with like a nice outer sleeve, it's just this plastic cover, so the record's not really protected that well. I do like the soundtrack, I do like the movie, but it's just not one of my favorites from Marvel. It's not one of my favorite soundtracks, and I do have the Avengers theme song on vinyl on a 7-inch record, so I would be okay with getting rid of this. This is 4 songs by your buds in the band Camino. This was actually a Record Store Day exclusive, so I do have really great memories surrounding this, so I would be kind of sad to get rid of it because it's one of the ones that I waited in line for, and I think it was on my first Record Store Day as well. The band Camino put out 4 of their singles before the album came out, and they put that on vinyl and they released it for Record Store Day, and then the album came out later in the year. This was kind of like a preview to have some of the songs on vinyl, but now that the album is out, I do have all the other songs on vinyl, so I guess I don't really need 2 versions of the same songs on vinyl. I might get rid of the Wonder Woman soundtrack. There was a point in time where I really loved it, and I still do love it, but I just don't listen to it that much anymore. I used to listen to it all the time, but now I've kind of grown out of it, I guess. I love the packaging, I love the artwork, I love the album cover. I might keep it, but I also might sell it. I haven't decided yet. Next up, I have 2 Star Wars records. These ones are from the new trilogy. So we've got The Last Jedi here, and this one is Rise of Skywalker. This one is on blue vinyl. This one is on black vinyl. I think these soundtracks are good, but I just like the other ones better. I like the original trilogy. Those soundtracks I think are better than the new ones. Out of the new trilogy, I think The Force Awakens is my favorite soundtrack, and I do have that one on picture disc, which I'm going to keep, but as far as, you know, Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi go, I just don't like those soundtracks or movies as much. This one is another Record Store Day pressing. This one is Evil by Future. I always struggle to pronounce it. You can see it's right here. This is Future's album. I got this obviously from Record Store Day. I think it was 2021, and it is a really cool pressing, but I haven't really been listening to this album that much since I got it. There are a few songs that I like on here, but I just don't really enjoy the full album that much anymore. I hate to get rid of Record Store Day albums, but I think I just got this because in the moment during Record Store Day, I really wanted to buy something while I was there at the store, and so even though I'm not a big fan of Future, I ended up getting this album, but I don't really listen to it that much anymore, so I would be okay with selling it. I've had this one for a very long time. This is Rockstar by Post Malone featuring 21 Savage. This is the 12-inch single. There was a point in time where I really loved 12-inch singles. Now I'm kind of starting to see how they could be like unnecessary. I mean, from a collecting standpoint, it's cool to have, and I did like having it, but it just takes up a lot of space since it is 12 inches and it's just one song, and I already have this song on the full Beer Bongs and Bentleys album on the full record, so I guess I don't really need this 12-inch single that much. And last but not least, I did pick out a 7-inch single that I don't really want anymore. So this is Without Me by Halsey. I do like this song, but I honestly haven't listened to it in a very long time. When it first came out, when it was really popular, I did listen to it a lot, but I just don't really listen to it that much anymore. I guess it's kind of okay, I'm kind of over it now. And this does have the Millennium remix on it, but I honestly didn't really like it. This is on a really pretty blue color, but I would be okay with selling this one since I don't really listen to Halsey. This is all that's left after the purging. These records survived. I do have a lot of records left, obviously. Now there's a decent amount of space over here when before it was completely packed in. I have an extra 2 or 3 inches of space now, which is really nice to have. Eventually, I might get rid of this. I might replace it with something smaller and skinnier for my 7-inch vinyl, or I might just move my 7-inch vinyl somewhere else, because then I would have obviously way more space. But for now, I'm gonna keep it like this. It honestly feels good to go through and get rid of some of my records. Hopefully I won't have to do this again for a while. This is the first time I've really purged my collection and I've actually gone through and started to get rid of stuff. And I'm honestly a lot happier now knowing that I've got more space for other records that are coming. And I'm also trying to just have quality over quantity. I really just want to have records now that mean something to me. So I think I will start purging more often now. Sorry guys, my camera died, so that's why the camera kind of shifted. But as I was saying, I think I'm going to purge my collection every 6 months or so, whether or not I film it, just so that it remains small so it doesn't get super overwhelming like it did just now. If you guys have a vinyl collection, let me know if you've ever had to purge it like I just did. Let me know if you've ever gone through your records and gotten rid of a lot of them at once. Let me know what that experience was like for you guys. And if you have any questions or anything else, you can leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!